Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. We're playing Exactville and we are slowly building up this town. Okay, so we faced a massive earthquake in the last episode, but we have recovered well. We also now have some emergency response abilities, which I'm not too thrilled about. Small town like that. Usually the police would just take care of it. But nonetheless, we are playing a realistic playthrough, so we have to deal with earthquakes and stuff like that as they happen. Okay, so now, what typically happens when a town develops ever so slowly, then a big developer comes along and builds a nice leisure area or something that attracts a lot of people, like the bank over here. And then what happens there is there becomes an area or a residential, or then the development starts to happen around that area. So typically what you would see is now some other developer would buy up some land over here and they would start another residential area to feed this area that's nearby. And so we'll do exactly that thing. We will do that. Ooh. So if we can run up there, that's not the end of the world. But I do actually what do we want to make it a little bit more interesting though. So what we'll do is we will run something like that. Okay. And then like that. Yeah. It's not very interesting, it's just a little bit more interesting. And then we'll run it through like there. Nice. Nice. And probably have one that links up again at some point once we've kind of done that. Yes, perfect. So what we can also do is we can probably also run it through that way and that way. Nice. So this is like a little bit of a new residential area that's going to pop up to better feed this area over here. Are we running out of water? Yes, the water availability is low. So what happens now is we probably get a new... Ooh, that's a bit of an issue. So we get a new water tower closer to the new developments. Maybe not quite exactly. Something like this would be a good spot, because what we would do is we won't necessarily get too close to that, so that there's some room for expansion in the future. And then we'll just tie into the closest one over there, and then we've got some more water. Let's have a quick look at this. Yeah, we need to run our water along there, and we probably need to run our water along this one. But now you can see, now we've got a bit of a gap. So now we would run water like that, and we would run water through here, this section, and then this section itself needs a little bit of a water like that. There you go. So that's the tie-ins for the area, and we will expand. There we go. This is the new residential area. We're expanding it pretty substantially here. We don't want it on that side. Thank you. Stop right there. But we want it everywhere over here, and like so. Nice. And we can probably look at adding some parks. A new developer would typically add a park or two, a small park, a small playground. Yeah, let's do that. This area is pretty good for that. And anything else that we want to add? A park with trees. Wow, that's massive. What else? Oh, these are actually some assets though. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little bit, that's too big. Anything like that? Ooh, no, I don't like that. Don't want to get too mixed up in some funny assets over here. Let's just do that's too big again. Something like that. Yeah, there we go. Got a few playgrounds up and running. Why is this guy struggling with water? Not operating. Why? The water tower distributes fresh water. Why is it not operating? Oh, yes. Now it will operate. Perfect. I just needed to, there we go, all of that's happening. Nice. As soon as that fills in, they'll have some electricity at the parks. Okay, so now what is happening is this town is starting to get a bit of traction. So typically it would now start looking at seeing, as part of the bank, the leisure and entertainment, some offices have now started saying, oh, actually we want to use this area as our main base of operation. So some offices start to spring up in the same area. This is becoming a pretty nice area. People are liking it, and this now starts to become like the new CBD area. And the old Main Street kind of is the remnants of the old town, and that just slowly starts to diminish a little bit as the newer areas pop up. So this is the nicer new neighborhoods to live in. These are the nice new offices to work at. These are the places to hang out, etc., etc. So typical standard stuff that happens in most towns. Good. So we're starting to see some more action. And because of that, we are getting some more people are loving this area. So they want to have some more commercial happening in this area. But also the new areas over here also want some more community retail. So a little strip of community retail over here with probably like another school or now a high school. And the high school could do something like that. Yeah. On there, Main Street, or Main Street out of the Main Street. Okay, get the high school in play, and the rest of the area starts growing. Nice, nice. So yeah, apologies, probably a little bit slow as we're starting this town, but I think things will start happening fairly quickly. Things will start happening fairly quickly. Out of power. Shall we switch on another one? Good, good, good. Power resolved for now. How does this look? I like it, like up onto the hill a little bit. Nice, nice, nice area. Nice area. So we've got a few touch points between our old and our new town areas, like over here and through here. A lot of cars traveling along this way, which should probably now start being time for us to look at a bus route in the other area. Okay, so now let's go back to the buses. Let's get a bus route up and running. Okay, so we'll start it off over there, go in there, stop at the school. Yeah, probably stop over there, over here, drive in here, like that, stop around here. Stop at the school again, and then join up over here. Not ideal for the bus to make a U-turn, but that's it. Okay, and now what we will try to start see is now that we've got two bus route areas, now we'll probably need to link these together. So we will do a bus stop over here. Ooh, maybe we shouldn't start it there. Let's do one. Okay, so difficult. Let's stop over here, and we'll stop over here, and we probably want to make it a little bit more direct though, and we will stop over there, and then on our way back, we're stopping anywhere here? We're not stopping on here for the moment. We'll stop on this side, we'll stop there, and stop there, and stop here. Nice. So now we've got three bus routes. We've got a local area feeder over here that kind of connects this residential area with the bank. And then over here we're connecting this residential area with the industrial area over there, so for commuters, and we've got a kind of express line that runs up the main arterials between the two areas. Okay? In terms of that, I would also like to have a look at, can we have a look at public transport? Public transport, buses. Can I change the bus route colors though? Lines overview. Excellent. Here we go. This is our first route. It is the red route. And it will be called, ooh, you know what? Before we do that, before we get into that, let's name our neighborhoods. Nice, perfect. Name them. So this area over here, right, and we can probably expand it a little bit, right, to fit this area like so. And this area is called Moor Heights. Okay, perfect. And then we've got this area over here, right, like this. And this is, well, not Chestnut Park. This can be, and not too good with the creativities, Chestnut Industrial. All right. So this is Chestnut Industrial. Moor Heights, it's fine. And what is this one going to be called? This one is going to be called, yeah, let's fill this up in here. Yeah, and it's Beechwood Park. That can be Beechwood Park. We'll just keep that there. Okay, nice. So now we've got two residential areas, an older one and a newer one. Newer one has new funky shapes, while the older one is very grid-like. And we've got a Chestnut Industrial area, and we've got the bank, which is an office and leisure complex. Nice, so you can already start seeing what the typical divides would be like. This would probably be the more affluent area over here with the office workers, and that be the older areas with the industrial jobs and so on. Okay, nice. So now I'll go back to our public transport lines overview. So the first line is called Old Town Industrial line. The second, oh man, Old Town Industrial line. Well, I'll just call it that. We know it's a line. The second one is Beechwood, is the bank one. All right, let's do that. And this is just called City Express. All right, so that's between the two areas. So this one will have a nice kind of a green color, nice, and that one, well, we'll give it a nice purpley color like that. There we go. And now we can see, so the Old Town Industrial line is quite busy. It's got 13 stops, 7 vehicles and 96 passengers. It operates day and night. Probably not required, right? It should only operate in the day. The bank, on the other hand, that should operate day and night because there's some leisure activities, and then the City Express can do the same thing. Perfect. Good. Nice. Just close this. Yeah, close. Perfect. Okay. Now we've got tons more industrial demand. So what happens now, let's open up, get both of these two to run. So what starts happening now is this area becomes more and more popular, and it expands. More people, more offices move in. Okay. So it expands. It's very popular. There's a lot of lunch spots. Everybody wants to have their office in this area. Ooh, I don't want that. Anyway, sort that out. So it's starting to expand. It's going to start getting busier and busier. Ooh, oh yeah, I've got some some big buses. Some big buses operating. Look at them running. Big buses running. Actually, I'm wondering how, did I pick them or not? They just picked themselves. Okay, so now the area is starting to expand. It's going well. The bank on Aspen Street is really booming, and people want to and the employment opportunities are moving into this area as well. So now what we need to do is, now this area starts to look at expanding in the other direction. Well, not too sure they would. This is still not too busy. We need to probably expand some more. So what these guys are now saying, oh, look at this. This will be a prime spot for some nice offices with views over the top of this while this expands. So now we get a road off of here that will kind of kink along the inside of this. Yeah, like so. Yeah. Like that. And ooh, just a little bit like so. There we go. This one will go straight because that's like our main Blake Street right there. And what we'll probably see is this one will start to kink back in this way. Alright, try and maintain an almost 90-degree angle. Nice, so things are starting to look up. Now let's run our utilities in this area. So this area obviously needs to be connected. So it'll get a bit of a utility route that runs through there, that continues the main lines over there. And we add some more offices because this area is very, very popular. We don't build zone in this area because access is not allowed that close to main big intersections. So now we start zoning in this area. These are going to be the new posh office areas on the top of the hill. I want to do that, and we'll do that. There we go. Posh areas up there, and at the same time it expands a little bit down here. There we go. Nice. And it can also add some offices down here as well. Nice. So the bank is starting to become really, really popular. Lots and lots of people moving in, more jobs. More jobs. This area is really now looking nice. It's starting to drain the old city even more, and the new areas are starting to expand. So now the city planners start to realize that there is possibility to connect these. And I'm very tempted to do a triangle, but no, a triangle we cannot do a triangle. Okay, so now these are very close together. So what we're going to do is let's run a road on that side. Perfect. So we start expanding this, and at the same time this also starts to function as a bit of an extra traffic alleviating route. But we're not really running into traffic problems yet anyway. But we will, believe me, we will. All towns and cities do. Okay, we'll link up this one as well. We don't want too long stretches without any activity. Okay, so now the residential area is expanding again. City planners have given some incentives to developers to start filling in areas between kind of the old and the new cities, just so that you get the city to become one bigger city instead of two small cities. Okay, our new office complex is doing extremely well and the demand is not dropping, so there are even more offices popping up. Small offices, larger offices. Ooh. Yeah, larger offices like that. Nice. So the office complex is doing very well, and we probably need to now the city will start expanding along the river even more. And the main route will kink back towards this direction, and there will be two parallel kind of main routes over here. Nice, nice. This is really the way cities do develop, and I'm loving it. It's looking very realistic to me. There's still not a lot of traffic happening, and even the main street is fairly quiet. Even, ooh, look at that. We're starting to see some traffic occurring over here because the industrial area is starting to get busy. And I'm wondering whether we probably, you know what, like historically along the highways, they wouldn't mind spreading the industrial area a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to gonna run it down here even more. Okay, like so. Run it through there, link those two up, take this one. Ooh, now we're running into trouble. We'll link that one up there too. Ooh, and just before this all becomes a problem, let's just link okay, the power corridor over there, and I'll just link these two up. Ooh, I'll just link those two up. Yeah, and we'll delete this one. Nice, so the power corridor is still nice and in place. What we'll do is at the back of this guy, we'll actually run a road down there, and then what we'll do is we'll extend the industrial area a little bit more. Now I'm wondering, there is probably the need for this road to go in here and be able to become a bigger route. So that one will go straight through there, and we'll actually even run it on to the other side. So this is going to eventually become our main route. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be very sure that we do a road there. So this area will probably remain in. Hang on, so let's do that. Let's do this one. We'll do this one like over here. And oof, we'll just kind of link these two up there. What's happening, guys? Yeah, there we go. Nice. That's looking nice. So this area will remain free of development to allow this Blake Street. Oh, Evans Street again. Bastards. Blake Street. This should be Blake Street. Blake Street to be to run through. Forget about Evans Street. This is Blake Street, man. I'm gonna change it. Pissing me off. Blake Street. There we go. Come on. Am I not doing this right? Should press enter. Blake Street. Nice. So there's Blake Street. Blake Street running into that. So Blake Street then becomes our main arterial through there. Mason Avenue. Mason Avenue and Blake Street is our main thoroughfare routes through the town. So we will fill in some more industrial areas over here. And shall we do it like that? Yeah, let's just do that, and we can fill in these two. Well, fine. Let's also, while we're at it, fill this area with some more commercial. No, not all the way. My bad. So, we're going to leave ourselves some room over here. Even some more room. There we go. Stop it there. This needs to have room to expand if we in the future need to do a big intersection over here. So we can't build all the way up to it, because otherwise we have to buy back the areas. Okay. Ooh. So what would happen in reality? We would kink in this way, go around, right, and then go back up that way and run through there. And that'll probably go through straight through there like such, and there'll be one that follows along here too. Nice. All of that has been sorted. We don't have water over here. Yeah. So what's going to happen is these guys are going to extend beyond that way as well. Good, good, good. We've got a nice big industrial area starting to take shape over here, and that could even lead into a port at some point in time along the river. But far enough away from the bank to not upset these guys over here. Nice, I think it's taking shape quite nicely. There's a bit of commercial over here. There's a buffer zone which is being used for the utilities to run. That's very good. And what we would find is that sometimes you would even find little clusters of commercial within an industrial area. Obviously, some more industrial orientated commercial areas. And what we'll do is we'll extend it like so, right? So what have we done here? We've actually left an area that is currently going to stay open for future expansion of this road through there, well, if it is required at some later stage. Nice. And this road over here kind of looks like a funny little dead end, but that is by city planning identified as a potential route to cross the river at a later stage once it's required and there is funds to build a bridge. So for now, it's just a bit of a dead end over there. The city's main street now kind of does this and then turns here naturally, and this is the main shape of the city. Okay, so now we've got a big demand for some more residential. And now what we're going to do is we are going to run some more. Okay, but now city planning is starting to say, guys, we actually need routes for pedestrians. So you're going to see this one stretch out here. And then at the same time, we are actually going to provide some pathways. And for now, it's just going to be gravel paths. And it will link the entire area, the entire stretch of the area. And at various key locations, it will actually run. Yes, it will run like so, to make sure that there are plenty of access points for people to use the pedestrian walkway. So now that's pretty great. What I also want to do is at some point there will be some more roads, so I'm going to run it through there. So that didn't plan out that very nicely, so this one will just kind of link up to there again. And can we actually do a pedestrian crossing? There's mods for it, but not in this one. Okay, I don't have one yet. So there we go. So now we're adding some more nice residential areas, and this time with a nice pathway through the middle, so the people can walk and ride their bikes and all kinds of things like that. At the same time, the town has decided that we need some more pathways through this area and into, well, anyway, there's sidewalks over there, so the town would hardly build that. But what they would do is they would do this, right? They would link up a path from the one to the other. It doesn't necessarily have to curve. It'll just link through like so. There you go. So now you can actually walk through in that area and get back into this residential area over here. Perfect. At a later stage, removing the gravel path to make a big intersection is not a big deal. Okay, we need much more residential, so the residential areas are starting to expand. So now it is expanding in all directions. Okay, like so. Nice. This is starting to take shape. That will probably not happen. So now what's going to happen is, now what you'll see, because there's this big remnant of the old earthquake, we will start seeing the town take shape around that earthquake zone. Okay. Yeah, so that is now starting to shape the way the town will look. Ooh, want to shape it along this way. Nice. So our areas are starting to take some funky shapes here. Good, good. I like it. I like it. We will also see some more connections. Ooh, from the one side to the other. Oh, just a straight one, please. Like that. And yeah, we'll get to some more stuff a little bit later. So we're not having nice and fun routes to just go straight through this area, but it is starting to grow quite nicely. So we will fill that in, and of course we will have to have a look, because I don't think there's utilities running here. Exactly. So the utility provider comes by, it runs one, and it connects to the existing network, and the same thing on this side. It runs along the new development, and it kind of just connects into the nearest spot onto the existing network. Nice. So now the town is starting to take shape, and we're seeing tons more development happening, more residential demand, and the development is going. There's also seemingly a big demand for commercial, and this area at the end of the kind of ravine caused by the earthquake becomes a nice attractive spot for some commercial. Okay, so that starts happening, that starts filling in, and also up on that direction it fills in a nice commercial area in the middle of the city over there, or in the middle of the residential area, like a nice community get together area and so on. We will name that as well. Okay, well guys, I've been playing for a while. I'll put a cut in here. I'm ExactChaos, and this has been Cities Skylines. We're playing Exactville. If you like this episode, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.